This is your first role in a video game, right?
My very first role in
Were
a
you
video
eager
game.
to jump in?
I was extremely eager.
Why?
Because it was my first. And I mean, it's such a big deal that a woman is playing, 6 in this Tom Clancy video game. There's never been a woman portrayal in the video games or in the books. So I was very excited about it from just that aspect of it, as well as it being a huge audience that I could become familiar with and they with me.
I called you here today because we face dire circumstances. Our intelligence has confirmed the existence of a new threat that is unlike any we have seen before.
Although he's too young to watch it, my son is 9 and he really loves video games, so, I mean, I see how often he'll grab it every day. He'd stay on it hours, he'll grab my phone, he'll play games on my phone, so, anything to, be cool in their eyes, be cool in your kids' eyes, that's one aspect. And one day, maybe, perhaps he will be able to play it. And there's his mom. That can, that's sort of a cool thing, because he can't see a lot of the things that I do, a lot of the movies, just yet. So that's one thing. Also, I have nephews and who are around 17, 19, 20, and they really are into it. So, just that younger audience, wonderful audience.
Is there a big difference between the video game industry and the movies industry, from your point of view?
Well, like I said, it's a first, and it wasn't really on my radar. I don't know how other actors view it or look at it, but certainly in my peer group, I have not heard a lot of them speak about having experiences doing it. I think certain actors now are coming aboard, be it, Kevin Spacey or, I think it's Willem Dafoe, a couple it seems like they're approaching, more A-list actors, as it were, because they want those characters, they want, a sense of character and dimension. And it's becoming more realistic in a way, especially this one, just seeing what they were able to do in terms of capturing facial expressions and me, myself, wanting to bring emotion, a little, emotion and depth to the character, humanity to the character, as opposed to just the facts, ma'am.
The potential for loss of human life and psychological terror is substantial and cannot be ignored. They are the very definition of an unknown quantity.
Ultimately, it's, on me as to whether or not I think I can bring something to it, whether or not it interests me. It's in my, it's in my house of interest, or it piques my interest. And then, of course, it's either the experience or the players. Usually those are the first determinants. The character. It's who's directing. If I didn't know the director of this, but it may be the company that you're going to keep, or it's going to be something that adds to your resume and the types of things you've done.
As of this moment, my program is reactivated, and I am handing over command of all global field operations to you. Recruit your operators from among the world's foremost elite. Borders and protocols are irrelevant.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know if the characters I've played, by virtue of who I am, I make them strong. Because I used to say, weeping, crying. I used to think that's my strong suit. I'm so emotional, and I can go there. But what I'm interested in is resilience of the human spirit. And just because, I'm in this female body, of course, the characters I play are female and who are interested in the resilience of the human spirit, But I don't think, I think it's boring or one-dimensional to just play a strong woman and that's it. I think that strength juxtaposed against a vulnerability is what I find interesting.
We must be the shield that safeguards the civilized world from those who wish to do it harm. No matter how or where our enemies strike, no matter what defense they cower behind, Team Rainbow must stand ready.
I think if you were able to do it, you know, in succession, you know, days in succession, maybe it would be a week and a half, if that long. But because it involves other technicians doing what they do in rooms wherever they are, putting the game together, that sort of thing, building it, drawing it, animating it, you know, making it real, taking the information that they just received from these dots on your face that they photograph, or you being in this globe with these cameras and lights, you know, and you're standing, you know, extraordinarily still, or making faces or animating your face. And so that takes time with them. So you have your process, they do their thing, then they come back to you for the next phase. Then they do their thing. So back and forth, I think it took maybe, you know, 6 to 10 months.
Is there also a big difference between playing in a movie or a TV series and doing it for a video game? I mean,
yeah, there's some difference, but there's some similarity. You know, the major similarity is that a character needs to fight for something. You gotta have something that you want, or it's all for naught. It's very boring. You gotta want something. Yeah. And if the stakes are high enough, that makes it dramatic and interesting. Other than that, it's a little bit different in that there were no other characters, there were no other actors to relate to bounce off of, to respond to. Not living, breathing, sitting across from me as you are. You know, the surroundings, the environment were pretty bland, plain, unpainted walls, no decoration, no nothing whatsoever, no costume on whatsoever. I think whatever I showed up in I wore, or I put on one of those black neoprene jumpsuits with a skull cap with little white balls on it. You have to sort of forget about all that. That's working against you. Working against your make-believe, your ability to make-believe, because it looks totally crazy. But it will wind up being a three-piece suit. You know?
But
is that very corporate.
Is that very difficult to do?
No, not if you've been doing make-believe all, you know, for years. Yeah, because you forget about that and you think about what you want, and so you're less concerned about what you have on. Is what I want from you, and how I'm going to go about getting that. And if I don't get it this way, then maybe I'll try a different tactic. And if that doesn't work, then I'll try something else. Whatever keeps me in the room till I get what I want.
All right. I'm serious. I'm being lit up here, man. Shit. You got me. All right, I got the window. Go.
Yeah, I would do it again. I would do it again. Definitely.